Hi, this is Stellar Tarot. I hope everybody is doing well. And I'm going to make a video on the meanings of the tarot cards from the Fool to the Emperor. And I'm just going to give a basic explanation of the meanings of the cards and what they mean just in their basic form, just standing alone. And I'm going to make a series of videos of um, the meanings of every card until I complete all 78 in the deck. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so on this journey, we're going to start with the Fool. And what he means is new beginnings and naivety. He stands for the beginning of an adventure. Um, if you've been asking about whether you should pursue something, and just seeing this card alone actually signifies I would say it's more negative than positive to just see it as a question involving uh, the pursuit of a venture. Say, you want to know if you should start a business and you see the Fool. Well, that means that you're going in the wrong direction. You're a bit naive. You don't really know what's going on, what you're ready to pursue. It's a warning to really overlook and overthink what you're about ready to do. And I always tell people who I read for that, if you're going to pursue something, and if I see the Fool, I tell them to really rethink what they're doing, because they're going to end up paying the consequences later. Not because they're malevolent or they mean any ill will. The intention is innocent, but they don't realize, they haven't done the research to know what they're up against. Okay. And the next is the Magician. And well, he basically stands for uh, also there's a quality of a beginning aspect to him, because he is number one in the major arcana, but he stands for assertiveness, and um, I would I would also say he stands for aggression too, but it depends on what context you're asking, because that's a bit strong in my opinion. He's just very assertive. He has qualities that tell me uh, he has everything at his disposal to make all his goals materialize. It also means that if you've been wanting to know if you should uh, follow a goal or a dream that you have, it's saying that you're on the right path, and that dream may very well come to pass, but only if you put the work into it. Um, this isn't a card that's telling you that things will just magically happen on their own for you if you just sit back and do nothing. It's just saying that if all the you have all the tools necessary to make um, make what you want to materialize into a reality. So it's always good to see the Magician. I find it a very positive card in readings. When I read for clients and I see the Magician, I get really happy seeing that, because it means that what they're asking about is gonna turn out pretty well. Um, and say, for instance, you were asking about if you should ask someone out. Well, if you see the Magician, it means that you should just go for it. Okay, and the next card is the female counterpart to the Magician, the High Priestess. She means passivity. It's the total opposite of the Magician. It's another good card. It doesn't mean anything bad. Just just because they're opposites doesn't mean that one's bad, one's good. It's not like that. It just means that uh, she's more spiritual. She's not as physical like the Magician. She taps into a higher wisdom. She stands for intuition. She's feminine. She's passive. If you're asking, say that you asked the same question about if you should ask somebody or not, ask somebody out or not, and you see the High Priestess, well, it says basically you should just wait until they ask you out, or maybe you should hold on for a while and not be so hasty, because it's not the time to do that. So the High Priestess is also good in questions regarding anything really, finances, career, just saying that you just need to go with the flow. You don't need to do anything really aggressive at the moment. If you just keep doing things as you are, you should be headed on your way to success. And the next card is the Empress, and she stands for the loving mother. She's also the wife. So if you are reading for somebody and you see the Empress, if it's for a man, that means that uh, that could be his wife that you see there, or a woman that he's often thinking about. Um, the High Priestess is also a card about a very important woman, but I see it more as um, a platonic influence, where the Empress is more a sexual nature, or sensual, and the Empress also stands for pregnancy. So any ladies out there who are asking about if they're pregnant or want to get pregnant, this is a good sign. And she's also she's also the card of luxury and abundance. So if you're asking about your financial status in the future and you see this card, it's a good indicator that things are going to go smoothly. You might get some good, you know, uh, merchandise, luxury items. It's saying it's a time to essentially spoil yourself a little bit. It wouldn't hurt to indulge at this time. Whereas with the High Priestess, I feel more of an ascetic quality uh, to her. I would say it's like, indulgence versus abstinence. That's the contrast I see between the Empress and say the High Priestess. One is very colorful and all about beauty, and the other one's about uh, appreciating the spirit, and tapping into the spiritual realm. So, and she could also just stand for intuition. So if you ever see the High Priestess, know that the energies of following your gut, is there. It's telling you to follow your gut, and you should go with that. So yeah, so the Empress is, I would say, it's more of a physical card. Um, she's still feminine. She's the mother. She's very important role in people's lives. But I say that if you're asking about a relationship and you see the Empress, that's an indicator that it could very well lead to a marriage and kids. So that's what the Empress means. And her counterpart is the Emperor. And just imagine the opposite qualities I just described. He's not very well, he is comforting, but in a different way. He provides structure. He's not gonna be the mom that's gonna kiss your boo boos. He's the archetype of a very structured, organized, disciplined male. It doesn't always have to mean it's a man. It just means that he's very disciplined in nature, and anybody who exhibits these qualities, you know, if you see this card, you might want to ask the current if they know somebody like this. It could stand for your father, father playing an influence in the reading. And if you notice the difference between the emperor and the empress, well, you'll see that there was a lot of wheat and things growing wild with the empress, but with the emperor, you'll find that he just cuts down to the basics. I mean, he's, you know, there's no real um, comfort to this uh, to the scene. I mean, he's sitting on a slab stone. He doesn't have any flowers, nothing feminine about him. He's wearing red and he's even in armor. So that to me says that if you've been asking for advice, it's saying to cut out all all the fluff. You know, get to the basics. Um, cut things out of your life that aren't necessary. I sometimes think that this card has a lot of similarities to the death card. We'll get to that in a minute, but uh, for instance, death, and I don't think it's a coincidence that, you know, death is number 13, meaning if you add the 1 and a 3, you get a 4, just like the Emperor. And the 4s always stand for structure and things not being chaotic, just being balanced out, you know. As you see with the Emperor, it's just a very clean card, you know. So if you're asking about a business, it's saying it'll go well, but just on the terms that you should know that you have to you have to be disciplined and follow a regimen. And if you do that, you should not go wrong. Okay, and that is my uh, intro to the cards of the Fool to the Emperor. That's my definition. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me and let me know. Okay, bye.